Afternoon, everybody. Cargo Bike Life here. I'm going to show you a little tip for setting up a tarp. If you've ever tried to use cordage in a tarp to make you a shady spot or a little overnight shelter, sometimes it can be quite trying. So, I'll show you a little trick with a stick. Now this stick was longer when I started. I've already prepared some stuff. But all I did was take the skin off. Just take all the bark off the stick. The next thing you do, now you'll want to leave this long while you're making it. I've already cut it into sections. With my saw, a Laplander saw. What you want to do next is take your saw and you'll cut 2 grooves. Space them out for as wide as your cordage is. Once you do that, take your knife and you simply cut out the middle piece. It should break right out of there nice and easy, just by turning your blade. And what will happen is when you turn it over, always cutting away from yourself, and you just go back and forth, getting all of that middle out, making it deeper. See how I'm doing that? Just really simply. See how it pops right out of there? Pops right out. Then you come back from the other side. See how deep it's getting? There's the original cut. And then you're getting it deep and wide. And then what you do is take your blade, put it on top, take a stick, hit this so that your blade chops down through there and splits it in half. So you have 2 pieces. And what they end up looking like is this. You see the groove in them? And then they're flat. Flat on one side, rounded with a groove in the other. And I'll show you how we use these. Got to rearrange the camera here. Come on over here, baby. I have a tarp just laying on the ground here. Come over here. Just hold that cord out there for me. What you're going to do when you're setting up your tarp, of course, you tie that end to a tree or pole, whatever you have. You'd have to have 2 points to tie the tarp across there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your string up through the hole like a loop. And then you put one of these wood dowels in there. You pull that loop through. And what that does is that string locks in that notch and it folds down against there. Hold that up if you would. Come over this way more so you can. Okay, thank you. And then you bring it along the tarp, putting another loop through there. Put your stick through there. Pull it down. And what you see how loose this cordage is? What these allow you to do is you'd have your, hold that tight, baby. You'd have your first loop over there and your tension to the tree, and then you got this slack. Well, what this allows you to do is pull the slack out of it. You can keep your tarp nice and straight. Put your stick back in there. Pull this side of the loop down. It's a lot easier when it's tied to an actual tree and you're just going along. But now you can see I've taken some of the slack out of there, and you just keep pulling that loop up tightening it down on the other side. Now what you got is a nice straight line. And this keeps, like if you just tie the line to your grommet, eventually it's going to rip out, the wind flapping it. But what this does is it keeps that grommet hole from being compromised. And it will keep that tarp nice and straight. See the little bit of tension we're putting on it, how nice and straight it is? It gives you a nice straight edge on your tarp. You can also use these when you're staking it out. When you're staking it out, you know, you put a loop in the end of your cordage. Put your loop through there. Put this in there. Pull your loop back through. And you can stake it out. Take it to a stake. And that'll hold right in place. Won't compromise your grommet. Won't rip your grommet out unless it's really, really high wind. I mean, a super high wind, it can still rip it out, but you see how they work. Real handy little tool for setting up a tarp. And you just have to make as many of these as you need to cover all the holes on your tarp when you're stringing it up. Nomad Nick, bike hobo. This might come in handy for you when you're out there on your adventures. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just a quick little bushcraft tip. Hope you all enjoyed it. Ride safe. Y'all have a good day. Happy 4th.